Welcome back, you guys, to another video for the week. My name is Honey Buns, and today's video will be speaking about 7 things that my mother has taught me. I've been often told that I have my dad's face and I have my mom's personality, but somewhere along the way it's taken the form that I have my mom's face now, but I still have her personality. And if you have two women who have very similar personalities, two things can happen. One, they will often piss each other off, or two, they will often have an agreement and peace over many things. And that's no exception for my mom and I. So let's begin. Number 1, my mom taught me to be compassionate towards everyone, regardless of the situation. Because of this, it gave me wisdom. This wisdom stems from acknowledging the fact that there are some things that people are going through, and you accept that regardless of how the person treats you, regardless if it was terrible or sweet, just be aware that there's something going on with that person, and all you need is a little kindness towards them, because you don't know. Kindness can go a long way for people. In addition to being compassionate, you want to give that person the benefit of doubt, because sometimes all that person needs is just one person to believe in them. Number 2, stay positive even at the worst point in life. I admire my mom for this because she has this unlimited perspective to see the goodness in everything. Regardless of how difficult or extreme the situation is, my mom always has this perspective to stay optimistic, to keep everyone drawn into seeing the better result rather than dwelling on what is taking place. In turn, it can also keep us in check and be grateful for the experience. For those who know me, I get this surplus of optimism from her. Number 3, always choose love. There is actually 7 types of love, but the majority of us know the 4 types of love. Number 1 is agape, which is unconditional love. Number 2 is phileo, which stands for platonic love. Number 3 is storge, that is a friendship kind of love. Number 4 is eros, which is a romantic love. Of the 4, agape resonates the most for me because my mom shows an endless amount of unconditional love, especially towards me and my sister. Because, what kind of kid isn't a handful at times? I salute you, Mom. Thank you, Mom, for loving us despite that. And it is also agape that has stayed consistent in my life. I see it as, out of the 4, the 3 mentioned, phileo, storge, and eros, eventually die out someday. So I believe that in one way or another, they're going to become unconditional at one point. So in friendship, I've learned to love my friends in every shape and form, through their highs and their lows. In relationships, I learned to accept and love my partners for everything that they are, especially their flaws and their imperfections. In family, well, there's nothing really I can do there, so I just learned to deal with it. I'm just kidding, fam. I love you, so I love you, fam. I love you. I love you, my family. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was embarrassing. Number 4, always stay humble. This was something I didn't get for the longest time. To be honest, I never understood why I needed to be humble. I get that I have to be a role model for my sister and also for the other little ones, but I still don't get it. Sure, I didn't want to be the person that everyone hated for bragging, but at this point, I really don't care for the things that I've went through, my achievements and my accomplishments. But don't get me wrong, I am grateful and proud of all the things I've overcome to be where I am today. And of course I am proud of my achievements and my accomplishments, but it's not like I'm gonna flaunt it in your face. Except if it's like a resume, because, But if anything, I suppose that by being humble, it helped me keep myself in check and always strive to be a better person than I am today and the day before. Number 5, work hard. My family isn't born with a silver spoon in their mouth, and each of us have learned that in order to get what we want, we have to work hard for it. And in addition, I see that hard work comes with valuable lessons. The way I see it is that if there's ever an easy way out presented to you, then you're not gonna learn anything from it. And as easy as it was to gain whatever you wanted, it's also easy to take it for granted. And from personal experience, I learned that the difficult things tend to stay with you longer. Number 6, my mom's love and trust towards God inspires me to believe in Him and to hope. I've had my fair shares of going through tunnels and through my own valley of death, and looking back, I believe that I wouldn't have been the person I am today, or would have made it this far without ever relying on God. From my faith, I learned to see beyond hindsight and gain wisdom from my shortcomings. That is why I believe that everything happens for a reason. In addition, these experiences are what helped me also reach out to people and help those who are going through similar events. And truly, my mom has taught me that as long as I keep God at the center, then everything will fall into place. Number 7, learn to forgive. I'm not the type of person who would hold grudges on people. However, I am the kind of person who would hold on to the pain and regret that is left behind. And to me, this is the hardest lesson that I had to learn from my mom. My first lesson was to learn how to forgive my first heartbreak and to find the closure for myself without having to confront the person about it. A part of me would never live it down. After all, it's difficult to forget the first person you've ever loved. And to let that go takes quite a while. Also, I had to learn how to forgive the friends who had backstabbed me in the past without having to also confront them as well. My mom taught me that if I held on to this pain, not only would it hold me back from growing as a person, but it would also be a waste of my energy and blind me from seeing better opportunities in the future. Eventually, I learned how to forgive, but not forget. The reason I won't forget all of the bad events that happened to me is because I see them as lessons that have helped me become the person that I am today. My closure for today's episode is a letter from me to my mom. And it goes, "To my mom, I just want to say thank you for loving me no matter how many times we argue, for supporting me in everything I do, and for choosing to take care of me even when we're not on good terms. Even though 20 years have passed, I still feel like the little girl who dogpiles your dirty laundry and runs out yelling for your attention to see me wearing your oversized blouses and high heels. Since the first time I painted your nails to my first adolescent relationship, I see that there's a lot of things I have yet to learn from you. I'm sorry for taking our quality bonding times for granted. I didn't realize how important the lessons you've taught me until I hit 20. Thank you for teaching me these 7 characteristics. These are the qualities I hope to pass on to my future children. Love always, Hannah." I hope for my younger viewers that you spend more time with your mom. You thank her every once in a while and remind her that you love her. For my college students out there and my young adolescents, it's the best time to talk to mom. So when you have a free time, make sure you remind her that you appreciate the things she does for you. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye!